Homeless is just one word that describes someone without a home. It can be a very difficult time when you don't have a roof over your head, food on the table, or even the support of your family. It has always been wondered how someone who lost everything is able to go on and keep moving forward for ends meet every day. Thankfully, my group and I were able to get interviews with a few people who know about the ever-sensitive topic. These are their stories.
My name is Blanca Menchaca. Before I came here, I was on the streets, running around. At first, I didn't know what to do, thinking about just looking for a job, progress myself. I have 2 daughters. One of them is 6 and the other one is 15. They were staying with my sister. There are my goals, thinking about them, having a better future for them. I couldn't find a place to live. I was on the streets, sleeping nearby some stores, on the floor, laying down with blankets. And I gave my sister a call, asking for my daughters, how are they doing? The smallest one started crying, saying that she was being abused by my sister. I said I got to bring them over with me. If they were being abused with my sister, I'd just rather have them with me. Being with a mother would have been a better idea. So, which I did. I gathered up some money, collecting aluminum cans. I earned about $60 collecting aluminum cans. I wired the money to my sister, and through her, my smallest sister brought my daughters from Austin to here to Laredo. I got my 2 daughters, and I was living on the streets with them as well. But then it was going to be school time, which I couldn't find a way to put them in school. And I went to the LISD offices and asked them for help to see where can I enroll my daughters in school. They gave me the idea of going to some offices that were our government help, and I did. I went the next day, and I felt bad because we hadn't showered. We were smelling bad, by sleeping on the floors. And the lady saw us the way we were looking, our aspects. So the lady told me that she was going to help me and my daughters enroll them in school. And from there she said, "Oh, where are you staying at?" She asked me, where was I staying at? And I told her the truth, that I had a place to live, neither an address or anything. So she helped me out. She told me for me to go to an appointment the next week, so she will give me my daughter's supplies, uniforms, shoes, stuff like that. Yes. Through that same lady, she told me for me to come by to Bethany House. I didn't know this place, I never gone through low lives, and this is a place where she sent me to. Yes. The way they have helped me is with shelter. They provided me a room, comfy beds, food, clothing, and I'm very appreciated. I will say that for them to come and look for help, because sometimes they're very negative and they think that people from here won't help you. But since we're so many, just ask for help. My hopes and my goals are look for a job, which I already found one, and gave me a warmer place, a small house, which I can afford on my first pay, second pay maybe, and move on with my daughters. The happiest was the first day when they told me that I applied for a room here. That was my best experience. I was so happy about it, and I'm still happy. We have a shower, warm water to take a shower with, food, warm blankets, everything what a warm home is. I see myself in buying myself a house, be an owner of my own house with my daughters. The worst moments of my life is being threatened by my ex-husband, being abused, and having to my daughter see that. That's why I went out and stepped out of the house and took this way, because I didn't want nothing back to happen to me or my daughters. 10 months on the streets. I have never experienced something like this ever in my life. This is my second marriage. With my first marriage, I didn't went through this. And this time I said, well, if something bad is going to happen to me being next to him, I'd just rather walk out. It was dangerous. I had to carry a knife on me all the time, because everywhere I would lay down, I was scared. Somebody would come by and try to abuse me or something worse. Even when I was with my daughters next to me, laying down on the floor, I wouldn't sleep. I would just rather guard them with a knife next to me. But it was scary. You're welcome, Ellie.
I decided last year, my sophomore year, fear, loss, and strong. Those are the words I felt. Yes, I started my junior year, and it was going really well, but they had to withdraw me. Last year I wasn't in a good place, good state of mind, or in a good home. So now I'm really happy that I am, just because it's obviously not fun to feel that way or think that way or to be in that situation. So yes, this was my decision. It was me doing what I know will make me happy. With my sister, I tried living with her for a while. It just wasn't working because she had her kids, she had like her job, she had her husband, and like everything was just everywhere all at once. So it was a little bit more challenging. The person I become is a person who cares. I think I've always cared about myself in a way of me dealing with that situation, because in that home I really did try talking to them and like trying to put some sense into my parents, just so it could be a lifestyle that I would like to be in, but they are not understanding. Well, not understanding, but they won't follow through. The only advice I have is make the right decision, because I made a lot of bad decisions and good ones.